All right. So I appreciate everyone for coming to see us again. I mean, obviously, don't mind me. So welcome one, welcome all, welcome to the
Recovery shit show.
So tonight we have a special guest, and I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a interesting one because I mean, there's tends to be a lot of people that always will go through certain situations and whatnot, but um throughout everything we came out on top for everyone. So this is my wife's ex-husband, Joe. I mean, like I said, we are co-parenting. He's a phenomenal guy. So, but I mean, I'm gonna let him introduce himself first. So if anything, Joe, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, how you guys doing? I'm Joseph Rivera. I go by Joe. Living down here in Texas. Me and Nicole were married for about 13 years, I think.
10.
10
10.
together. No, okay, whatever. Anyways, lots of ups and downs, but they're doing the best they can up there, and I'm doing the best that I can down here. It's been a journey, I'll tell you that much.
Hey, that's good to hear. And then also, like I said, I'm proud of you too. So,
I appreciate that, bud.
so see, we had one, two, three people now. Well, you're the fourth one. Military. What
Yes,
branch?
sir. I was in the Air Force. I graduated high school early and didn't have anything going for me, and decided the best thing for me to do was go into the military. So my habits didn't get out of control. But yeah, that didn't happen.
That's an accomplishment. I give you props for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So, right, I guess basically, what I'm gonna ask you the same questions like I ask everyone else. What drove you to first take that step to go into addiction? I guess
I
that's the biggest
no,
one.
I thought our wait, don't answer that because I thought our main question was how old were you when you started and what got you
Yeah,
going?
that's okay. That was basically the same shit I said, but and stuff I said.
Details. Details.
Okay, yeah. So, what age and what really got you going?
So getting into this, let me go ahead and put this disclaimer out there. This isn't for the weak of heart. um, Everybody's got their own story and things tend to be differently. Most people have the choice to choose whether they want to use the drugs or the alcohol or whatever it may be. Unfortunately, I didn't have that choice. Um, I was mentally, physically, and sexually abused my real dad at a very, very young age. The earliest memory I have was waking up with no clothes on and a needle in my arm, while my dad would take advantage of me. I would take the abuse. I have an older brother. I would take the abuse so he wouldn't get it. And so that went on until I was about 7 years old. But by that time, back then it was taboo. You don't talk about it. Oh, no, it's in your mind. Oh, that never happened. You know, uh,
And
by the time I moved back down to Tennessee, by the time I moved down to Tennessee, it was already a way of life.
I also
I
close
Go
to
ahead.
his mom and dad were divorced, so it wasn't.
Yes.
I don't want it to make it seem like his mother was just accepting this. She didn't know.
Oh yeah, and also one more thing for our viewers. This story is going to be a little bit more in depth and more, I guess, traumatizing. Of course, as y'all already heard at the very beginning, there's a lot of SA. So, um, if you guys are watching this and it's the kids watching this, please just remember that this does have a lot of SAs and a lot of corn stuff. So just um be wary of it. And but I want to get this out, and I'm sure he wants to get this story out, especially his story to help.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue, Joe.
It's all good. It's all good. I'll keep it as clean as I can, but
Raw and the truth. That's what I want.
exactly. So when I moved down to Tennessee with my mom and my stepdad, that was about 7 years old. I really didn't even have a father figure in my life. My stepdad really didn't want me and my brother around per se. Like, he put up with us, but that's about it. You know. Um, my drug use went on an all-time high because I was looking for that love and affection from my parents, and I couldn't get it anywhere. I hid it for a very, very long time. very long time. I was a functioning addict until I couldn't function no more, and that was right at the end of mine and Nicole's marriage. So all in all, I've been getting, let's see, I will be 44 in March. I moved down to Texas 5 years ago to get sober. Had a slip, but it's part of recovery. It's not something that I planned. It's not something that I was trying to do. It happened. But we pick up those pieces and try to continue moving forward and doing the best that we can with what we have at our fingertips.
Right. Well, I mean, that with everything that you went through as a kid, I mean, that stuff is traumatizing. Would never wish that upon anyone, not even my worst enemies. You definitely went through the rabbit hole of bad stuff, but you bounced back, and I'm happy you went. Like you came back. You came back to I wouldn't say normal, but you came back.
And I didn't know what normal was.
Well, I
Like
mean,
these past 5 years, I'm still trying to figure out what normality is. Like I don't know normal. Like being in the military, I traveled the world. Getting out of the military, I tried to work, regular jobs, got a job with General Motors and everything. Like I've had really, really good jobs. That didn't pan out for me. Went back to the drugs even harder. Then I started remodeling Walmarts. Well, that was on the road constantly from state to state, city to city. And, hey, what can I get here? What can I get there?
yes,
A damn gypsy.
watch it.
Yes, pretty much.
You sent Nicole some pictures. I'm gonna show one
I'm
real
gonna go
quick.
turn off our heater
Okay.
because I know that's loud.
Okay.
So
So,
hold on.
like, so you sent Nicole some pictures. I'm gonna show one because like I said to our viewers, I'm gonna post them up, of course, on the video. But can you tell me if you were using during this time?
Oh, yeah, that was right before, that was the winter right before I left.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like it was noticeable.
Yeah,
Like it's noticeable.
very noticeable.
Like there's a few pictures, but there's a few also other few pictures here too. Here, I want to poke one out real quick. Um, where is it? I just saw like you were round in the face, like you were healthy right here.
Yeah, that was
Right here.
so yep, so that was the first summer that I was down here in Texas, and the kids had come down to see me, and I took them to South Padre Island. I took them like everywhere I could possibly do because I know it's not the right thing to do, but in my mind, I had taken away from them so much because mine addiction was more important to me than a marriage, than being a father, than anything. Like,
what was your
so
what was your drug?
my drug of choice, I'm the definition of a true addict. It don't matter what it is or was. Like, if I wanted to get high, I was getting high.
Yeah.
I would prefer heroin. I would prefer methamphetamines. But I would do whatever. I've gone as far as Flocka. I've done alligator. I've done all the hard drugs.
We
I'm
would
not happy about it.
do whatever.
Mm.
So
Like I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like there's been stories I heard. Gator, definitely heard of that. Actually, excuse me. There's some people call it crack it out because when you use it, your skin turns to that scaly thing.
You're very, very lucky if it don't happen. I was lucky enough that the batch that I had got wasn't as strong. I mean, it was potent, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't as strong to where it was going to deteriorate my skin.
Right, right. I mean, like this, you definitely was blessed. Like,
this
Oh, I was.
very, very blessed. I have recovered him numerous times from overdosing.
oh yeah. Speaking of,
Yes.
speaking of overdose, and how many times?
So the last year before I came out here, I think it was 17 times I overdosed.
I just remember the very
Time out.
first.
Time out. 17 times.
Yeah.
Yes. I got to the point where I didn't want to even fucking use with him because he would overdose, and it's like, well, there goes my high because now I got to play Dr. Nicole and bring him back to life.
Well, did that thought never cross your mind of, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that much, or
Um,
high just
it
that good?
it did and it didn't.
He would have
You
his
know,
like when I would revive him, he'd say, "Whoa, that was a close call," and it's like, "You think?"
yeah. Now, give me another one ready.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, that's that. So
In all honesty, I didn't want to live life no more. I didn't want to deal with the pain. I didn't want to deal with the emotions. I've never, until recently, like this right here is helping me a lot also, but I've just recently learned how to deal with my feelings and emotions. I'm a very loving and kind person, don't get me wrong, towards other people.
mhm,
But when it comes to myself, like I
yourself.
haven't started loving myself until a couple years ago.
I mean, it's just like the saying. You cannot love someone else until you truly learn to love yourself, right? That's
Yeah.
yeah.
I
And
say
a
you.
lot of people got hurt in the process, you know. Not only do I have the children that I have with Nicole, but I got an older son that I haven't seen since he was 3 years old. You know, for the longest time, I blamed his mom for it and everything. But in all actuality, she did the best thing for him because I was in no position to be a father. And that's hard to say.
I always say it's the saying of you don't know what true love is until you truly love yourself.
That's true. That's true.
I
And
mean,
and what you said there too about the whole like I completely agree because I was in the same boat. I got an older daughter, like I was a piece of shit. Like I know we're supposed to watch our language, but I mean I was a piece of shit. I didn't care. I was an alcoholic. I was a bad alcoholic. So I completely understand. Like the dad that she has now. Oh my freaking god, dude!
Yeah.
The most beautiful girl, being raised by an awesome guy and an awesome mother. I couldn't ask for a better, I couldn't ask for a better chance to like say, hey, that's my daughter, but that's not really my daughter. That's his daughter. He's
Right.
a really good person. So
Right.
so now that you're in Texas,
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's what you
let's
got to be. Thinking like a
let's
cholo, side to side. Right there. I got that thing.
let's start. What was, and for me, this is probably not the best question to ask, but
Hey, that's just
what
you're
was the
probably gonna get the
final
most.
straw, Joe, that got you to want to change your life around?
It was a variety of a couple things. Okay. Um, we would always pick up. We wouldn't be by ourselves when we would go pick up. I'm not proud of it. Um, there was one day I was asked, "Hey, do you need one of those today?" That really sunk to me. Then 5 days before Christmas, I I guess the truths about everything started to come to light for both of us. Um, Me and Nicole split. She took the kids from me. I didn't want to live no more. I'll be honest with you guys. Like I didn't want to live no more. I went and sat down by the lake for a while and I contemplated. I contemplated so bad.
And I just
Like
want to put a disclaimer on there because I know I'm going to get something about, oh, you took the kids in his worst time. Mind you, there
it,
was a lot more personal things that I'm not going to get in disclosure of.
it was the best thing to happen.
Hmm. Yeah.
It was the best thing to happen. Okay. Like I'm not blaming nobody for anything because I'm not here to point blame. If anybody's to blame for anything, it's me, right? I own my side of the road and I own it to the fullest. I know I wasn't the best person. I know I wasn't the best father. I know I wasn't the best husband. Like I did a lot of shady shit, excuse my language. Um, you know, I'm glad she met you. You guys, you have helped her build her confidence, her spirit, her life. Um, the three of us together, we've gone on a vacation together. Like,
In Louisiana, bro, especially Amon down there. Yeah.
but I mean, it's a it's a double-edged sword. It really is. For the longest time, I had a lot of animosity, and like my saying was, revenge. Success is the best revenge. And God, what did I do when I came down here? I succeeded.
Tell me, well, what
I succeeded.
did
I
you do
came
for?
down here.
Come on
I
now.
immediately went into a respite center.
Mhm.
I went to that respite center. I started gaining weight. I got my mental stability back. I got put on medications that I didn't even know I needed because I shied away from the doctors so much because I was scared what they would find out was wrong with me and it could be something that I wouldn't come back from.
If you don't mind me asking, like just the tip of the iceberg, like what are you willing to share? Like what kind of mental health area you are at right now?
So
With
right now, my mental health
not
is
right
the
now, Tim.
best it's
When you
ever been.
found out about it, I'm sorry.
Oh, when I found out about it, so I was bipolar schizophrenic with narcissistic rage. Um, yeah.
That was a lot of words, bro. You Jesus. Can you define what that whole thing was? I mean,
So my bike, obviously, the bipolar. My highs are high and my lows are low. I don't know what's coming. I don't know how to stabilize it. When I'm on a high of life, like everything's amazing. There is no downfalls, no matter what's in my way, no matter what happens. But when I'm on that low, it could be somebody just looking at me and I'm going to lose it. The schizophrenia, that came from many a nights of using methamphetamines.
Mhm.
Mm.
Um, but it's also something that my real dad had.
That's like after what you told me about your dad, dude, I have no respect for that man. I mean,
You
there
know,
it's like
I
a
didn't
you
I
get
didn't have respect for him either, but in 2008, when the doctor called me and told me he had 6 months to live, I did what any child would do for their parent, and I went and took care of them. And while I was there, I,
Breaths, Joe.
yeah,
Deep
take
breaths.
a deep breath, bro. Like that's something that
We'll
I
just put it this way: you were there.
well, and just that like I am
Okay.
proud of you for being able to do that because from where I'm sitting now, even for when I was younger, if I went through what you went through, I honestly would have been the person to. I'm not saying to everyone, the viewers, whoever, I wouldn't say I'm going to do it now, but I would have been the one to pull that freaking trigger. Like you went out of your way to take care of that person that did that to you.
yeah, because I knew that. I mean, we know our parents, right? We know they're bad. We know they're good, even though they try and hide things from us. Like we're kids. We're at that time we're kids. Like we're not blind. We see things, right? I watched my mom get abused. I watched my mom get beat. I watched my dad drop acid in front of me and flip out. Like I've seen it all, right? But I knew that that wasn't my dad that did it. Like it was the drugs that did it. And so while I was there, 6 months turned into 6 weeks. In those 6 weeks, though, I got to tell that man that, hey, look, I can forgive you, but I'm never going to forget. And the next day, he died, you know? Um, so that right there, 2008 is what really pushed me over the edge. Um, the people that were around me then and everything, they're like, it was like a light switch. You turned off. You were empty. You were hollow. Like there was nothing inside of you except hatred and guilt and remorse. Ugh.
do some things when he traveled. I mean, he went to Alaska. I got to see some cool things there.
A
He did.
Mexican in Alaska? Oh,
He
that's
did
crazy.
Yeah.
live in Hawaii.
Oh man.
Yep. I went to Hawaii. Like I've been to a lot of cool places. Like I've done a lot of things with my life, even though I was in active addiction. Like I said earlier, I was the definition of a functioning addict until I couldn't function no more.
I mean, I give him credit. I got to see the East Coast because of his job and me being with him. I got to go to places. I mean, I got to go
I
to
mean,
Credit.
little Amish
I
town.
was remodeling Walmarts, running my own crews, nodding out every 5 minutes on the sales floor before I would lay floor.
If if this gonna be a probably sensitive topic for y'all, but if y'all don't mind me asking, like, when did y'all meet then?
So we met, I don't remember exactly what year it was, but I was
I know
doing a store in
fucker
DeLand,
out.
Florida.
I cussed him out because I said, yo, I need this path so I can get through. Motherfucker blocked my path. I hunted him down. I said, what the fuck? I fucking needed this path. And he's like, oh, well, my bad.
You little slice like dog. That's all what you.
I was, dude. Like,
It was
I was
okay.
pissed. And mind you, the whole time he's chatting it up with my father, not knowing it's my father. So
yeah.
To our viewers, I said he's part of the family, so he knows everyone. So I mean,
obviously.
yeah. So now though, like past everything done and everything you down there, you're doing great. What are you doing now? Like what are you doing
So
to keep?
I have
Taking care of our boys.
yeah, taking care of our kids. I've moved a couple times since I've been down here. This house that I have now is probably the best place that I think I've ever got.
It
It's a
looks
little farmhouse, but I got 3 acres. The boys go outside and they're able to be boys now. Like they go out exploring, they climb the trees, we have bonfires, they jump on the trampoline, they run with the dog. Like they're able to live like a kid.
You should put the
I do.
in ground. I just feel safer with that. I really would. Please.
let him continue. Jesus, that could have been a keep going. Sorry. God.
um, I my so when I got out of Austin Recovery, which is the rehab place that I went to, I moved into sober livings.
You say Austin
Um,
recoveries?
Austin Recovery, yes, it was called
Austin
ARC.
recovery.
They're no longer open; they closed down. I was one of the last classes there. It was right at the height of the pandemic. But the gentleman whose sober home I moved into, give a shout out to my business partner, mentor, sponsor, best friend, Andrew Pogue. Um, I
Hey,
moved
Andrew.
I moved into one of his sober houses, and it took me I don't know, about a week to meet him. Now, mind you, while I'm in the respite center and in rehab, I'm still managing to do and handle all my responsibilities. Whereas before, when I worked and had money coming in, I couldn't handle any responsibilities because I was maintaining
Your
two
addiction.
people's habits.
Two people's habit. Oh, you too?
Yep.
Oh, from before. Okay, that makes sense. I thought you meant like while you were down there.
No. That's why I said whereas before when I was working and had money coming in, like I couldn't handle anything.
Okay, that makes sense. Now,
Right.
on the picture you sent, I want to point this out, and I'm not saying if you're are you single right now currently?
Of course.
Ladies, if you guys are watching this, you guys want to hit up.
No, no relationship.
But I saw a picture have you dated down there? Like, have you found
So I
relationship?
have when my
There. I am the baby mama, so you don't treat my boys right. You will
Oh,
wrath
oh,
me.
um I went to my 2 year sobriety mark. I went to go see Jelly Roll in Dallas, and the fat man himself gave me a shout out on stage. I met someone while I was there. We kicked it off really, really good, and that lasted for a couple weeks. Um, I thought then I was ready to dive back into the relationship pool. Yeah, that was probably the worst mistake I ever made.
If you don't mind,
Um,
what happened?
I overdosed.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Was it that one time when the boys?
Yeah.
Yep,
Ah, gotcha. Okay. All right. We're not gonna go too much in detail on that one. That's
that was my slip.
the boys. They are separate from here. I don't want them. They're still minors, and I don't want them to be on camera, so nothing like that. So, I mean, after that, like, what
And
really made you like? I'm done. I am done
Well,
with.
so the whole way that happened was she was over at the house and she had left her book bag purse there. And it was there for like a day, maybe 2 days. And I was like, dude, like something's not right. There's something in this, like something's not right. And I opened it up and sure enough, it was there. And
Those.
I was like, I've been good. Like I've been doing good. Like a little taste isn't gonna kill me. I'll be fine.
That's what fucks people over.
And then I opened my eyes and the paramedics and cops were over me. And the first words that came out of my mouth were really fucked up.
so now, how many years and months sober are you now?
So March 5th would be my let's see, March 5th would be my 5 years of coming down here. Obviously I don't have 5 years because of the slip.
Mhm.
Um, I didn't give myself a definite recovery date after that
And when
because I didn't know what was going to happen and where things were going to proceed. Luckily, I have a very, very great support network down here. Probably the best support network I've had in my life. I'm very happy down here. I think Nicole can attest to that, that she has not seen, that she's seen me turn into a completely different person since I've been here.
I mean, you're still bald, so.
Um,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I am gonna
oh, I mean, I'm always going to be bald.
put that disclaimer because we did with Will, like when he was a teenager, just like when we showed pictures of Will, he did have hair.
He
He
did
had
have
a lot
hair.
of hair.
A lot.
Like Will's, it migrated down to his chin because normally
Yep.
lots on his chin. But
But
so
so
putting that disclaimer out there.
so so as of right now, what's this? Oh, Friday 13th. So December 13th, 2024. Let's put in an exact date. When was the last time you used them? So we
The
can
last time that I used, oh man, when did that happen? It would have been in March of, oh man,
23,
Almost
2023.
23.
It was last year because
No, it
yeah.
was before our incident that Christmas.
Yeah, it was
Oh yeah.
before that. It was the year before that. No, it was that year.
Yeah, yeah, it was that year.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was
so
that
it's
year. It was
23. So
23.
23. So we're going on January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So we're looking at that's 9 months. So a year, 9 months. So we are putting a number on it. Exactly a year, 9 months ago, you've been sober. I mean, I'm
Sober.
And I don't want. I hate when people say, "Oh yeah, he relapsed. He relapsed." I don't like saying
it's
relapse.
not relapse and
No,
relapse.
I slipped. A
Yeah,
relapse is going back down the same cycle and doing the same things over and over again.
Relapsing is you going back to it
mm-hmm.
right in. You just lapsed. You had a
Lapsed.
little sip,
Yeah.
slip. You fell, boom, got back on the horse, whatever. You know.
You know,
Nah,
and I'm a firm believer on if I could go back and change things, I wouldn't change nothing
I agree.
because everything that I have gone through, no matter how bad it may have seemed at the time, it has turned me into an amazing father. I'm able to give my kids so much advice. I am a phenomenal worker. I'm an operations manager of a plumbing company, a remodeling company. I do what I want to do. I take on jobs that I want to take on. Like there's nothing that I cannot do now. Like if I put my mind to it now, I can do anything. Where before yeah, I could do it, but it would take me
I'd rather do
months and months and months. Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, we got 10 minutes left of this call. So, all right, if you can give a
Any
piece of advice, yeah,
advice?
to anybody that's in recovery or wanting to start, what would your advice?
Any advice, don't keep it in and don't let it fester. It'll be the worst thing you can ever do. Because once those demons get into your mind, they start knocking and scratching and pushing up and sit-ups, and they break loose, and it's chaotic. Very, very chaotic. No matter how dark it seems to get, just know there's always someone out there that will just listen. And that's something that I always needed. I just needed somebody to listen, not to give their 2 cents, not to say, well, did you try this? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here. I need somebody to listen. That's all I need. I don't want advice. I just need to get it out in the open, like with everything that happened with my dad. I really only talked about that once with a group of people, and that was while I was in recovery. At rehab, wrote a letter and I burned it, and I thought that that was me letting everything go, but little did I know it made everything fester back up. Now I see a shrink. I'm on my meds. I do what needs to be done. I have a good rule in my house to where if something's bothering one of us, we let each other know. That way we don't think it's each other making us mad.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm very, very open in my communication now. I guess the best advice I could give to anybody is, that rabbit hole is very, very, very deep. But if you can see just the glimmer of light, there's still hope.
Absolutely.
It could be just like a speck. As long as you see it, there's still hope. Like Nicole will tell you, like, I was done.
That's true.
I was done. You saw me.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. I remember. I remember. You remember. I remember.
You know what I'm saying? But like with all that happened, right? You would think there would be so much animosity between the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
But there isn't.
Turned out the way we did.
Absolutely.
I'm glad it's like this. I really, really am. I'm able to communicate with you guys. You guys are able to communicate with me. You guys help me raise the boys.
You got them fat.
Just yeah, I did get them fat, didn't I?
Gotta close this up, boys.
All right. So real quick, you want to give a shout out to anybody that's watching this?
Oh man. Well, definitely give a shout out to my business partner, Andrew Koch. Give a shout out to, Nicole's mom and dad. My relationship with them now is the best that it's ever been. Yeah, I know, it's great. It's amazing. I love it. Like, they gave me a lot of tough love. They never pushed me away though, but they did give me a lot of tough love, and I really appreciate everything that they did for me. My relationship with my family isn't the best in the world, but I will give a shout out to my younger brother, Esteban, because if I didn't call him and ask me to get me the help that I need, I wouldn't be sitting here talking with you guys right now. And for that, I'm eternally grateful.
All right. So, all right, it's the wrap up time. I want to say thank you, Joe, for coming on. I appreciate you. You are a good man.
I appreciate that, buddy.
If you guys need anybody to talk, comments on that, reach out to Joe. I'm sure he'll see the comments on this video and everything. So, if anything, I want to say thank you, Juan.
Yes, please reach out to me. It's an open door. Coffee's always on.
There you go. So, like I said, thank you, Juan. Thank you all. Thank you for coming to the
Recovery Shit Show.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Y'all have
Bye. Have a good one.